Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Saturday, February 27, 2016, around 3:30 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts. Sunny out today, but a little chilly, about 40 degrees, and tomorrow's going to be in the 50s. Early next week's going to be warmer than usual, but no snow in sight, which is good news. Well, bad news for the ski resorts because they need the snow. Some news to report: the Georgia Tech men's basketball team beat Boston College by the score of 76-71. BC still has not won one game in ACC play this year. The Toronto Maple Leafs traded goaltender James Reimer to the San Jose Sharks. And also, the Florida Panthers have acquired Jai Hanlon from the Calgary Flames. Trading deadline is at 3 p.m. Monday for the NHL. That's about it on the news. My second video blog subject of the day is about Sporting News Radio. Sporting News Radio lasted from March of 2001 through the summer of 2011. Before Sporting News Radio, it was one-on-one sports. It was based out of suburban Chicago, Illinois, and it was a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week sporting talk show, which they took callers, and they had some segments about college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, NFL, and other sports. And they had some great talk show hosts on there over the years. And eventually, by 2000, One-on-One Sports was bought by the Sporting News, and Paul Allen, who at that time owned the Sporting News, among being the co-founder of Microsoft and the Portland Trail Blazers and the Seattle Seahawks. And in March of 2001, it was rebranded as Sporting News Radio. They owned 4 radio stations, the Sporting News Radio Network, including in Boston, which was WWZN, and also New York City, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And some of the talk shows that were on Sporting News Radio over the years was Nestor Aparicio Show, which was based out of Baltimore, and Nestor Aparicio's cousins to Baseball Hall of Famer Luis Aparicio. Also, they had Papa Joe Chavalla, who was a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and also they had Jay Mariotti Show, the sports writer from Chicago, and they also had Rick Ballou. His father Bill Ballou is a sports writer out of Worcester, Massachusetts, and overnight they had Bob Kemp, who was a statistic guru, and also they had on the weekends Chet Kopic. He brought his Kopic on Sports segment to the radio in a magazine style format. He didn't take too much phone calls. They also had Kevin Wheeler on the overnights during the weekends, and they had Sports Saturday and Sports Sunday hosted by Bruce Murray and Bob Berger, which if it was the NFL season, they would have NFL Sunday, and on Saturday during the college football season, they would have college football. Also, they had a culture show with Bill Parcells, which played on Saturdays or Sundays, and Bill Parcells co-hosted it with Bruce Murray and Will McDonough for 2 years. Eventually, when Bill Parcells returned to coaching for the Dallas Cowboys, they got Troy Aikman to do a Troy Aikman show. And also, in due time, they added such hosts as Chris Russell, and they had Tim Brando's radio show, and James Brown, among others. They even had a pro wrestling show on there, and they also had UFC and a few other shows. And Sporting News Radio got into satellite radio by 2006. Sporting News was sold to acquired Street and Smith, and they moved their corporate offices to Santa Monica, California. And this is about the time they sold those radio stations in Boston, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And each one of those stations stopped carrying Sporting News Radio, and they had like their own programming. And soon they had so many hosts come in and out of Sporting News Radio. Peter Brown was another host who came in and out. Sporting News Radio did not have any pro sports or like college sports, so it was just basically straight 24 hours a day, 7 days a week sports talk. And by 2010, Sporting News was sold, and the Sporting News Radio company was sold to Gold Broadcasting, and they changed the form. They changed it. They rebranded it from Sporting News Radio to Yahoo Sports Radio, and I think they changed it because Sporting News was not becoming a major force in sports anymore. And it was pretty good to have Sporting News Radio for about 10 years. It was a very good talk show, talk sports format, and they even got some of the Sporting News writers on some of the Sporting News Radio host, which was pretty good. And I used to listen to it on WWZN, the Sports Zone. So it was a good sports radio station. That's about it on Sporting News Radio. I'll be back with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about MBTA Bus Route 439 that starts at Wonderland Station, goes to Nahant via Lynn Central Square. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bennett guy. Molly Osborne, Fox 35, Foxen has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutz, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Swansea, so awesome. Jamie Hirsch of NHL Network has nice legs, and she's so stunning. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, this action will not be tolerated at BMHS. And one more thing, keep Yoko Ono in your thoughts, because she's hospitalized with a severe case of the flu. There were rumors that Yoko Ono was hospitalized due to pneumonia or suffering a massive stroke, but those rumors are untrue. She's suffering from a serious case of the flu, and she's in stable condition. So prayers to Sina Yoko Ono, former wife of John Lennon of the Beatles. Have a good day. Bye now.